Yeah, let's start. Yeah, I'm ready to start, bro.
Nah, it was an awkward situation. I can't lie to you. Because the world is black. The world is
He was saying
white.
this a lot during the Sunday.
It comes
Carnival as
by
well.
day and then by night. Cause she's got jungle fever. He's got jungle fever. Where is love? You know I got that from, right?
No, where you get it from?
No, you know. I'll give you another clue.
I can't remember.
Ebony and ivory live together in perfect harmony. Cause the world is black, the world is white. It comes by day and then by night. Cause she's got jungle fever, they've got jungle fever, we've got jungle fever.
Don't say we.
They're in love.
Don't say we.
Do you know
bro.
where I got that from?
Where?
Do you remember Carl Banks? Fresh Prince.
Oh, you're a loser, man. Don't say we. I ain't got
That
jungle
can't be the
fever.
intro, can it?
It can.
That cannot be the intro. That cannot be
Of course
the
it
intro.
can.
Nah, I don't have. No.
Let the world know, man.
No,
Let the world know. Look at you shook. Look,
Let the world know.
Fresh Prince.
I guys, I don't know. Just in case this is, you're gonna keep the rest of this.
You got
I
jungle
don't
fever.
have that.
No, I was talking before.
No.
You got jungle fever.
Don't force.
Look at it.
Before you said this can't be the intro, that's what
Nah,
we drop it.
nah.
Cool, that's finished.
Jungle fever.
Why are you shook for?
Hey man,
Finish.
I'm a Muslim.
Finish.
So what does that mean? You can have jungle fever.
You can.
What's going on, world? Welcome to episode 96 of the Rhymes Like Dimes podcast with your boys Peter,
Yo.
Mohammed,
Yo.
myself, Yemi. We'll be saying, boys, good to see you.
Yeah, man. It's been a minute.
Been a minute.
Been a little while.
That's starting to become a repetitive thing, isn't it? It's been a minute.
Yeah, we need to swear. We need to swear.
Yeah, but with good reason. Obviously, we've been away. I've been away. So, life has happened. But
It gets like that sometimes.
good to be here. Good to be here. What you guys saying, though?
We're blessed, man. I'm blessed, bro. Can't complain too much. What you saying?
Yeah, pretty much the same. Happy to be back in London.
Hey man, God is good all the time.
All the time, God is
good.
good.
There we go.
Mohammed, how you been?
I'm living.
What does that mean?
I'm doing good. I'm living life. Alhamdulillah, I can't complain. I'm good.
Okay, well, you look healthy.
Hey man, it's the weight loss. Thank you for admiring.
It is 35-degree heat though, and you're wearing a hoodie, so I don't know what that
These
is.
lot didn't need to know that. They could have thought we were recording on any given day. It's about to
No,
rain
they
next
needed
week.
to know
It's
No,
calm.
they didn't need to know.
I'm not sweating.
anymore.
I wasn't sweating before.
Sorry,
I don't sweat.
you don't sweat.
Nah. And the heat don't do nothing to me.
Okay,
Can't lie. I'm from
so
Somalia.
we're just lying now.
I'm from Somalia.
What does that mean?
The heat, mad people are fine with heat. Fine. I could wear a hoodie. There's some people wearing puffer jackets.
That's true,
It's true.
but that's the next level.
There's some people wearing
final boss of crazy.
There's some people wearing tech fleeces.
Very mad.
All I'm doing is wearing a young hoodie. And you know why I'm wearing a hoodie? Because by the time we leave this podcast, the sun's going to go down. It might get a little bit chilly.
It won't.
So what I was doing, all right, we'll see. All I'm saying is if we go outside and it's a little bit chilly, just know he was playing it smart.
It won't be. It's because it's more humid than hot.
All right? If I see goosebumps on your arm, we'll know what time it is.
Why you gonna be looking at my arms though? Shout out Drake's in the cut. How you doing, bro?
Big up Drakes.
Bro, how are you?
Yeah, man, not too bad. First time we seen you since your guy Jay Hush dropped his album. New and representing,
Of course, always.
of course.
Salute to you. That's a great kit, by the way. Phenomenal kit you're wearing.
Oh, he's wearing the Arsenal kit.
Absolutely phenomenal.
That's this season, right?
Yes, it is.
Cool.
With the Champions League badge.
You man are shameless.
With the Champions
First time in how long?
7 seasons. Oh, this is
7
6
seasons?
seasons. This is the 7th season. So
6 seasons. You didn't have Champions League football.
it's a long time.
Ah,
Okay, me. How long have you lot been in the Premier League? Since '92.
yeah.
How many have you won?
What?
Go.
How many Champions Leagues have you won?
We haven't seen it for 6 years.
That's not an answer.
We haven't seen it for 6 years.
That's not an answer.
We've never won it.
Thank you.
That will change.
When?
You think so?
No, not this season. But at some point, just it has to.
Why?
You're telling me if let's just say for the next 8 years and we have still got one, then there's something fundamentally wrong with this team.
I mean, there's something fundamentally been wrong with the team.
But I think Arsene Wenger also sold his soul for the unbeaten run. But that's another story for another day.
How so?
What?
I think he sold the reason why Arsenal haven't won another league title and we haven't won the Champions League is I think he sold his soul for the Invincibles for us for a number of years to not win anything else. 'Cause
How?
we
What
went
do you mean
invincible.
solely so?
I think we went invincible and nothing's been right ever since. And I don't think that's a coincidence.
So where's the selling of the soul?
Behind the scenes,
In what way?
I think he negotiated a deal with the devil and we won the Invincibles and it's been downhill ever
Or
since.
the actual devil?
I could say another devil, but I'm not going to go down that route.
Satan himself.
No,
Vince McMahon.
no, there's another devil. But I'm not gonna. We're not gonna go down that route.
Well played.
But you know who I'm thinking about? Just the upper echelons of football.
Yeah.
Me? Come on, man. Like you know, like I'll give you like for example, there's a degenerate gambler who went away for a couple of seasons because he wanted a break. But we know what it was. There's a lot of stuff you could do behind.
know what it was.
Yeah, but you could do certain things behind the scenes and get away with it. That's what I'm saying. So I think part of it was the invincible run and then we'll get me. But we know what it was with the degenerate gambler. We know what it is with the invincible season.
That's a conspiracy if I've ever heard one, boy.
What, the invincible?
Yeah, man.
I just made it up now.
I can't stand Arsenal fans. I think that just confirmed it.
What?
I just can't stand you.
Why?
Because you'll come up with stuff like that.
No. We're going to win the title this season, so that's neither here nor there.
You don't believe that.
I don't.
Hey, man. One can dream, right?
That's all we can do, bro. That's all we can do. That's all kind of.
I hear it. Well, shout out to everybody listening and watching. Thank you very much for your patience. Shout out to the YouTube Massive. Shout out for 300 subscribers on our YouTube channel. Thank you very much for that, every single one of you. If you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe. Lovely visuals on there. Shout out to the SoundCloud Massive, the Spotify Massive, the Apple Podcast Massive, the Amazon Music Massive, and every other massive out there. Appreciate you, whatever time you give us. Now we're going to bring back an oldie but a goodie. Boys, what have we been listening to this week?
Ooh.
Start with you, P.
Bro, my listening consumption of music at the moment, man, it's been quite low, man. But I've been listening to an R&B singer called Phabo. He had an album called Don't Get Too Cozy, which was like really, really good. Yussef Days' album dropped yesterday. I've started listening to it and it sounded real good as well. We were at the listening party.
Shout out to you,
Yeah, and it sounded amazing live.
Ooh, listening parties.
And then I've been listening to a bit of Don Toliver as well, Life with a Don.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going through his catalogue at the moment, innit? So
You like Don Toliver?
I've only just started listening to him. I thought, let me check him out. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, it's sounding good, man. That's pretty much it, man. I ain't really been listening to too much.
Fair dues. Mo?
I had a light week. I went through Skepta's discography again just to revisit it. Why not? Which is why I chose him first today. So I've been listening to a lot of Skepta. And to be honest with you, it's been a lot of battle rap just because the amount of events been going on for the last 3 weeks. There's been like back to back events going on.
Which events?
RBE had an event, which is their kind of WrestleMania of the year, where they had Hitman, Ill Will, a few people. And then URL had Summer Madness, which is their WrestleMania, which had Tay-Rock, a few other people as well. And then Geechee Gotti had his event as well, which had Jazz versus, which had basically all the champions of the year from like this year, last year, and then all the women's champions of the year versus each other. So Jazz battled Nitty, Geechee versus Coffee, which had a lot of background. So battle rap wise, the last 3 weeks has been the most entertaining it's been in, I'm not even exaggerating, over a year. Like it's been the most catalogued wise, back to back event after event after event. Like him and Holland, it will drop yesterday on YouTube after their battle last week. And it's great because Hitman had a battle a couple of weeks ago versus Easy, where he died, a couple of months ago versus Easy, where he died. So it was nice to play. It was bad. Have you watched it?
No.
Easy beat the shit out of him. And then, so he came back, he battled Ill Will on RBE in the Blue Room. So Blue Room's like a smaller room, smaller audience, some more bars than anything. And then I had Ill Will beating him 2-1. But it's been a lot of battle rap the last, because it's been so long without it. Like I've been starving for battle rap. So it's been Skepta, a couple more UK artists than American this week as well. I call myself listening to a lot of UK this week. I went back to gigs a few times as well. So yeah, that's been me.
Have you heard his new album?
No, not yet.
It's not very good.
I don't want to. How can I wear this? How can I wear this in the most polite way? I have never thought he was great.
Gigs?
Yeah. Like, I get it that he's a pioneer. Road rap, he's Mount Rushmore road rap, don't get it wrong. But I've never been... I was listening to him this week just because someone sent me... I'll check it. Someone sent me an old track of his that we used to bang out in school. And someone sent it to me. You remember this? So I've just done a memory lane trip with gigs. But I've never been at gigs. I prefer Joe Black to gigs growing up. I was more of a Joe Black fan than gigs fan. So like, I was never a massive gigs fan. But I get he's Mount Rushmore road rap. He's goated forever. Yeah. But that's just where I've always been with gigs. Like, I've never rushed for a gigs project. I've never been one of them guys. What you been listening to, Yemi?
I've been listening to a lot, man. I mean, I always listen to a lot. I've been listening to Jordan Ward, who is a R&B artist. He dropped a project called Forward.
Yeah,
Very minimalist. Quite nice, sunshiny R&B. Very nice, very cool. I'm a fan. He's got a new fan in me. Listening to the new Mick Jenkins album, The Patience. Mick Jenkins is on a run. I really loved his last album, and this one is really good as well.
I know someone that's a massive fan of him.
Yeah, man, Mick Jenkins, he's on stuff, man. When
he's
he's on
dope.
that kind of bouncy, kind of jazzy type production, yeah, man, he could do no wrong. So,
I know, yeah,
you
this-
know, yeah, he's definitely on a run. On the UK side, I've been listening to Blanco. He dropped a project called Reborn.
Ben White.
No. But yes, Blanco, very, it was cool. It was cool. It's like, not really drill, but he comes from a drill background, but he's kind of mixing like drill with a little bit of like ballet funk, like Brazilian music type feel. It's quite a nice mix, and you know, he can be barry as well. So it was cool. Digga D dropped a project as well, Back to Square One, which is really good. It's not drill at all. As a matter of fact, I think there's a song on there where he's like saying fuck drill. It's more so the kind of like 03, 50 Cent type beats. And yeah, man, he really shows his versatility lyrically and musically on there. So
He said fuck drill.
I think the name of the song is something to the effect of fuck drill, essentially.
Just what? Just trying to.
Yeah, just separate himself from it, basically. There's a trend of like drill artists basically saying that drill is dead and it needs to adapt and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm just like, I mean, you guys are drill, so how can drill be dead, sort of thing? Even if you are moving on to different sounds, you are drill at the core.
Maybe they feel like the traditional sound of drill isn't what it was.
What saying?
Well, I think it's that, and also they think that it's because it's sounding too samey on the lyrical and the artist side of things. Like everybody's just trying to imitate everybody in terms of their flows and everything, which that's a very legit claim to have and a legit concern to have. But when you say a genre is dead, that's a slippery slope. You need to you need to qualify what you mean by that a lot better than what some of these men are. But Digga dropped a good album, so I'm not too fussed about that. And I've just been going back to Trevor Scott's album, Utopia. One of my favorite projects of the year. It's just amazing.
Have you gone to it yet?
Yeah,
What's his name?
it's good.
I haven't gone to it yet. You know,
It's good. I prefer Astro World, but it's a good album.
I'm gonna do it this week. Speaking of new music, just before we go to the episodes, have you heard the Kendrick leaked verse?
No, I read the lyrics though.
All right, go. What do you think of it? Just quickly.
I didn't really think of it.
Oh, fair, these fair.
Yeah, I mean, you asked me last night as well. Like, I just cool.
Yeah, man. Like,
I loved it though.
the time's like been and gone, isn't it?
Yeah, but like, you know when it's just, I don't know, man. I live for diss tracks. Like I live for that. Like I can't tell you what it
He
does.
didn't really say much though.
He didn't, but I just like this little. I like the digs. Like I like the dig at Big Sean.
He was sending for Big Sean, Jay Electronica.
Yeah, Jay Electronica, French Montana, got it the most. But what he done to Big Sean was a lot. Jay Electronica had a little slick bar when he was outside by the Prophets. Look at it, what would you do for the guards or something like that. But then when he went for Big Sean, like you mentioned classic albums, Finally Famous, His Girl. But he even done the Ad-Lib Boy. So like, I can't lie to you. I love Kendrick, man.
He seems to have a special, well, at least he used to have a special disdain for Big Sean, innit?
Yeah,
Probably more so than Drake.
Yeah, he really had a thing against Big Sean. He really had a thing against Big Sean. It was after Controversy, everything went haywire, innit? Like everyone got emotional.
I don't think he really had a thing for Big Sean.
No,
It
he said-
didn't really come across that way. I
said
think
for-
he was
I
just.
mean-
I think he was just competing, man. I think after the control thing happened, obviously Sean was quite sensitive and would send little
But I think
subtle digs at Kendrick, and Kendrick would clearly do the same thing.
I think Kendrick's annoyance is
They were overt with Kendrick.
Yeah.
Though.
But I
I
think-
think back to the Heart Part 4 and obviously this leak now. He was beating him up.
who, Kendrick.
Yeah.
But I think Kendrick's annoyance is the way he feels he's better than people. Does that make sense? I think he.
I don't even feel like
I
diss
think-
tracks are the same anymore, bro.
That's what we will talk about yesterday.
I don't think they're the same, man.
We'll
Like
have that
even
conversation.
for you to describe that as beating him up here. So what was like the ones that we grew up on doing? I don't think it's the same.
But that was GBH.
That was GBH. There's GBH. That was GBH. Like Hit 'Em Up is assault. This was.
I think nowadays, like especially in America, it's like little subtle, like little like soft little taps.
Yemi was saying this yesterday actually.
Yeah,
He was
man.
like,
I don't really.
Yeah. I think it's all right to want beef, I suppose, but the type of people that you want to beef, more often than not, are not really going to in the way that you want it to. Like, even look at Chip and Stormzy. Like, we're still waiting. So it's like, it's not really at the forefront of people's minds anymore.
Yeah, the last big one was what Drake and Pusha, innit?
Yeah. And obviously, like, we've had like Trillery Banks and Nole, but
That don't count.
why does it not count?
Let me not do that.
That was one-sided.
That was one-sided.
It was one-sided, but still.
Big up Nole.
Forever.
But Trillery did come back. She was always going back.
Big up Trillery.
So, you know,
She was competing. I like that.
yeah, I mean, the women are really holding on to that
Actually,
ethos more than the men.
I
these days.
need beef, man.
You need
Yeah, I don't want it.
Look what he needs.
No, like I don't. No, listen to what I'm saying. Let me just condone with. Hold on. I don't want. I don't want violence. But bro, we need beef in hip hop. I'm sorry, man. We need MCs to go at it sometimes, man, just to remind us of the essence. I've always felt.
I'm not mad at that.
Like I've always needed that. Just
But people care too much about their reputation now for it to even be a thing, beef.
which is why Drake never went back to Pusha T.
Exactly. And Stormzy and Chip.
Yeah, because Stormzy, wait, it might have got dark for him.
Yeah.
Fairs.
Shout out beef, I guess.
Yeah, hopefully it comes back soon.
It comes back.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you.
Like it's a season.
I need beef amongst my elites. I just need.
You're not going to get that.
We're not, but I'm just saying I can hope. I still want The Rock to come back to WWE every week. I have hope in certain things. I hope beef is one of them things that come back at the forefront of hip hop. Every other week, another diss track.
Forefront. When was it ever at the
Not the
forefront?
forefront, not the forefront. But I just need every other week a diss track from someone to someone for a good 6 months to get my. Get me?
You've got very high
It talks to my spirit.
criteria.
It talks to my spirit.
I feel you.
Like the first time I heard Story of Adidon. Come on, man. First time I heard Back to Back. First time I heard Exodus. Like I can tell you, the feelings of these diss tracks are always gonna hit. So it's like because everyone's friendly now. That's why the Kendrick verse hit me. It was like, oh man, I like it.
None of it feels the same, man.
It don't in it. It don't in it. It don't because the competition's gone. But
No, I'm talking about diss tracks. It just doesn't really feel the same.
nah, the Adidon got me. The story with Adidon was, man said tick tick tick. How much the man is 666.
No, I love that. But
Fam, and did you know? Do you know what I realized? I know we're getting off real quick. Do you know what I realized that diss tracks ain't the same? When people got upset about that verse, that bar, when people were like, oh, he went too far.
no, he didn't go too
Like,
far.
come on, what are we doing here, man? Like,
Listen, man, all fair in love and war and hip
I think we had a convo about that. It was like, did he go too far? It's like, there's no such thing, man. All like, can't lie, tick tick tick. That man is 666. Hunched over because God damn,
Listen,
like,
man.
Pusha. No, Pusha's elite for that.
Tupac told Biggie he fornicated with his wife.
Fam, he told someone, don't you have sickle cell? And they said, my 4-4, make sure all your picnics don't grow.
So yeah, man.
Fam.
Tick 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 is calm in it.
Yeah, tick 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 is minor compared to someone saying, my 4-4, make sure your kids don't
No,
see
I
6
mean,
years old.
hang on. In isolation,
That means
tick,
he's
tick-
planning to like wipe out his whole life.
His whole
bloodline,
kids,
fam.
like everyone.
I think in isolation,
And he said, if sickle cell don't take you out, I will.
all of these, they're all crazy in isolation. But in comparison, fine, I hear
Tick, tick,
you.
tick
but
is very
tick,
minuscule.
tick, tick. But tick, 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 tick is mad, bro.
It's very
Nah,
minuscule.
it's not mad,
It's very
bro.
minuscule.
I don't think it's
Over
very
your 40, hunched over like he's 80, tick, tick, tick. How much
That's-
time he got? The man is
That's
666.
very minuscule.
That's calm, bro.
That's very minuscule.
That's calm.
Yeah.
calm, bro.
That's
I
calm.
would hate to anger you, man.
Like, you know
That's
Mortal
calm,
Kombat?
I would
hate to anger
Did
you,
you man
man.
ever play Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
Do you remember there was fatality and then there was something called babyality?
Yeah.
That was like a babyality.
No, don't do that.
These ones are fatality. Like,
Don't
a
do
man
that.
saying,
Don't do
saying
that.
yo, I done this to your wife. And then she was on the phone to you while she was at my young, and then sickle cell cancer. My 4-4, make sure all your kids don't grow. If I don't catch you sleeping, I don't even know why I'm on this track. I'm gonna let my little young G's ride out on you. Compared to what? 666, that man is hunched over. Come on, man.
Bro, in the offensive Olympics, cool, it wins. But ultimately, like I said, in isolation, they're both mad.
Nah, do you know in the Olympics what this will be? Do you remember the Somali girl running? And she couldn't keep up with the rest of them. That's what that 40 tick tick tick
Oh,
bar
yeah,
is.
that was kind of mad. That
Yeah,
was kind of
that's
crazy.
That's what the tick 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 bar is. It's like, it's compared to the rest of them, it's not really there, man. It hit me though, don't get me wrong, because I was like, oh. And then when I saw the outrage, I was like, it's what I needed hip hop. People to get outraged. I love it. There's nothing sweeter than when people get outraged about hip hop bar. Like, you know, Jay Electronica recently what happened with No Name. I love when people get annoyed about hip hop. I love it when it gets everyone upset. I can't tell you how much I love that, by the way.
How did you guys feel? I mean, did you guys check out what LL Cool J said on stage about, you know...
It wasn't about
inactive-
Jay-Z.
About inactive rappers and all that, and people saw it as a shot at Jay-Z? So you're saying it wasn't a shot?
Nah, supposedly it was about, someone posted an earlier video of him talking about, I forgot who it was.
Who?
I forgot who LL was talking about. He was talking about another rapper who basically they invited to come and said no. And then people flipped it onto Jay-Z saying he didn't want to be there for the 50th anniversary. He's
Why does Jay have to be there?
Because it's Jay in there and everyone was there, I guess.
Nah, not. Was everyone there?
A lot of people were there. I watched this. It's 8 hours worth on YouTube. It was an 8-hour show.
Who
Bro,
hosted
there's-
it?
I'll check on YouTube now. I forgot who it was. This is gonna annoy me. It's a big YouTube page.
Oh, it's a YouTube page?
Yeah.
So it's not like a brand or anything, or like a label or anything
Nah,
like that?
no.
Oh,
It's I'll find it on YouTube, but it's the 8-hour. Everyone was there.
So have they finished-
Lupe Fiasco performed.
Have they finished commemorating the 50th year of hip hop?
I think it's ongoing. Like even here, there was a part YouTube for a party, like a 50 years hip hop party, like this week.
Try.
Yeah. Speech wasn't invited. She sent a tweet about it.
Oh,
She wasn't invited. Oh wow.
Oh, she wasn't. I thought you said she was.
Wasn't.
She wanted Mercury in this country.
That's what she said in her tweet today. And she was just like, you can tell this scene is a club because how am I not getting invited?
But in terms of the Jay thing, he doesn't have. Jay's done enough for hip hop to sleep forever, man. If he wants to. That means that I need that album.
So he's not fucking up his legacy.
He can't do nothing to fuck up his legacy.
What do you think he is?
No, to be honest, I haven't really had a time to think about it. I don't think he is.
Only thing he can do to fuck up his legacy is make bad music. No, I don't. At some point,
I mean, I don't believe
I was just
in
about to say
retirement
that. I don't think there's anything he could do to tarnish his legacy at this point now, man.
Yeah,
it's like LeBron.
It's done.
Whatever
It's
LeBron does,
His musical legacy.
Yeah, it's over.
he
It's
can't do
over.
nothing.
It's over.
It's like LeBron. LeBron can't do anything now. That's gonna. If LeBron goes out this season and average 12 points as a game, I don't think that's gonna. He's in his 21st year.
Yeah, it's done.
It's not gonna tarnish his legacy.
No.
All he can do is add to it.
That's all he can do.
Yeah.
That's all he can do. Some people don't want to admit LeBron can add to his. Never mind. But like that's all Jay-Z can do. That's all he can do.
That was a reach. Big time.
But
So what? The shoots were saying that LL was talking about Jigga. Yeah, because they've had tension for years.
Yeah.
Decades.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be surprised me if that was about Jay.
It wouldn't surprise me either, to be fair. It seemed very like directed at someone. You know
there
what
was
I mean?
someone. I'll show
But
you
Jay,
the- I'll show
Jay
you the
wasn't.
video. That was the first
Jay,
part
Jay
of it.
wasn't the only one not there though.
No, it was definitely about someone else. I just don't remember who it was because someone posted it earlier of it. Because they'll perform. He was performing a song with someone, and someone didn't come up, and someone rejected the invite, and he was talking about that person, but because of
Was
the
it MC Hammer?
but because of the way the mannerism is, he was speaking, it can easily be flipped into Jay-Z easily if you don't know what's going. Because I thought it was Jay-Z as well, but then someone was like, I was there, and they recorded their video to kind of prove that it wasn't about Jay-Z. But like, I think Jay-Z has to be at 50th anniversary, man. He's done what I would love for Jay-Z to be on tour because if he does come UK, I'm definitely gonna go.
Do you like the way that the hip hop 50th anniversary has been commemorated though? Both of you.
From what I've seen, yeah, it's been cool. I mean, I've been seeing like Channel 4 news reports on the 50th anniversary of hip hop, and you know, people are clearly giving it its flowers and recognizing it as, you know, an important year for like world culture. So I can't say I'm too mad. Like, I'm not gonna give like, especially the white establishments, that much praise and credit. But they've done their thing, and as far as everybody else, yeah, it's been cool.
I think it's a big ask though, man. How do you celebrate it, man? How do you include like everybody that has contributed? Because everybody's contributed in some capacity. So how do you do that? You're gonna mess people out,
Yeah,
right?
but that's natural, but you can only try your best.
That's why I think it's probably a big ask.
It was Mass Appeal, by the
Not
way.
to say it shouldn't be done, but
Mass Appeal.
Mass Appeal's YouTube.
So Mass Appeal hosted the event.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's 8 hours worth. Like, it's to be 7 hours and 26 seconds. No, yeah. 7 hours to 26 seconds to be exact.
maybe Jay should be there. Maybe, but maybe he's probably busy doing the electric
also-
slide.
he's on tour with his wife and his kids.
But also doing 8 hours worth of just hip hop anniversary. I mean, you're never gonna. There's nothing they could do that's gonna invite everyone. You can't commemorate everyone. It's impossible. What are you gonna do? Go get J Quan?
No.
Do you feel like UK acts should have been included?
What you say?
You think UK acts should
In
have been
America?
included? Yeah. You don't think we've contributed to the art form?
We have, but I don't care for their acknowledgement.
They don't think we're hip hop anyway, for the most part. So,
And I don't think. Yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay.
plus we're kind of doing our own thing here in a sense.
We're better than them right now.
And I guess if they do include our acts, then they'll probably have to go like around the world, innit?
Yeah,
Which wouldn't be bad though. I think isn't that probably more of a celebration where you kind of you're noting the fact that it's been so far reaching beyond just
Go
America.
France.
Yeah, why not? Maybe like the dopest artists and the most legendary artists from those regions. Why
How
not?
long's the show for?
I don't know.
It doesn't have to be a show. It's just like obviously celebrating hip hop is not just going to be confined to one show. It's going to be across the year, as it has been. Well, over the last like couple months, but it's ramped up. So it's not going to be one event. And I hear, but I think it's probably a very linear celebration because obviously it was founded in America and therefore we're celebrating something that started in America, even if it did impact the world.
Yeah.
So
Hey, man.
Americans being Americans, really
That's all
selfish,
it is. That's all it is.
respectfully.
There's no need to be.
Yeah.
But that was a great tangent. Let's move on to the first topic.
All right, man.
Mohammed,
Hey, Eliza's up very nice for this, by the way.
take it away.
So I was doing my due diligence on Twitter, as you will. Yeah, me on Twitter Spaces, just chilling. as I
Twitter
normally do.
Spaces.
Due diligence on Twitter is not a sentence. That should go together.
Sorry. And then I basically, I saw a tweet from Ebro. Essentially, I'll read out the tweet and then I'll tell you as facts and then we'll just kind of get into it. Essentially, Ebro tweeted, he got a call saying, it should be noted many major record labels have deprioritized signing rappers. The focus is now African music and Latin music. Rappers better stop be boring, taking over the same shit, chasing TikTok success and comment sections. And then double backed on that as well with a fact saying, for the first time in 23 years, in the entire year has gone by without a rap track reaching number one. So for the first time in 23 years, it's been a year since a rap track's been number one. So it's been the longest time without a rap
Since
track.
2000.
Yeah. So it's been the longest time without a rap track going number one, and now record labels ain't trying to sign rappers. So I just kind of want to talk about the ramifications of it, and if it is essentially not our fault, but is it a case where it's a reset button for hip hop?
So what, the ramifications of rappers or a rapper not having a number one song?
Yeah, not number one song, and also record labels not looking to sign rappers anymore.
Yeah, coupled with that as well.
Yeah. Is it essentially now time for a reset? Because obviously everything that's been going on, like Ebro said, there was a lot of TikTok rappers and a lot of one-hit wonder rappers and a lot of microwave music, essentially.
In your view, what would a reset look like?
I think it'll be a cultural reset. I think it will be, if they stop signing rappers based off TikTok, I think it would be a reset in terms of not going back to the nucleus of what hip hop is, but stop chasing these quick fixes.
But how many rappers are being signed off TikTok?
A lot.
Loads.
Can we quantify that?
Ice Spice was signed off, I believe, off TikTok.
Well, I mean, not necessarily TikTok, but
just
internet
Instagram,
virality. Internet
Instagram,
virality.
TikTok, just yeah.
But that's that we can't avoid that, bro. Like,
But then, no, but that's what he said. Record labels are now stopped trying to sign their internet, social media.
That's
era
not
rappers.
true, by the way.
What? What he said?
That's just not true, because this is another chapter of the music industry. It's fickle, because whoever you are, whether you're a Latin artist, an Afrobeats artist, a rap artist, if you gain some kind of notoriety, fame, or virality to where you're putting up numbers, whether that's through streaming or, you know, internet numbers, TikTok numbers, social media numbers, there's going to be a bidding war for you from labels. Don't matter who you are. So this whole talk about, you know, deprioritizing rappers, that might be the case. But ultimately, if someone's hot,
Someone's hot.
and labels are gonna want to sign that. It doesn't change their modus operandi for, you know, trying to find someone who isn't a rapper. Because ultimately, they're always gonna go for what's hot, and they're always gonna go for what's popping, whoever that is.
No, but if there hasn't been a rap song that's gone number one for the first time in a year, for the first time in 23 years, then clearly it's not working.
why though? Why would you say that? Like, who has dropped this year?
In terms of songs, rappers.
Yeah.
I think everyone's
In
dropped.
a mainstream sense.
I think mainstream, everyone's somewhat
Has
dropped.
Kendrick dropped this year?
Kendrick hasn't.
Has Cole dropped this year?
Cole hasn't. But I'm talking about the new.
Yeah,
Has
but they're
Drake?
not.
Has Drake? Oh,
But
Master
I'm not counting them, man, though.
No, you have to.
No, but I'm talking about.
They're still active. You have to count them.
Yeah, but then what I was
But
talking
we're
about.
talking
more-
number one singles though,
Yeah,
right?
it was more singles than
Jake
anything else.
Cole-
Yeah,
Cole's
but tell me who. Yeah, but who's dropped them?
What
Because
singles?
because I don't.
But
like-
Cole's dropped actually. Cole's had a lot of features that's dropped this year. He had a feature with Dirk, he had a feature with a few people. So Cole's dropped. Kendrick dropped with what was the song he dropped?
What, Keem?
Yeah, with Baby Keem.
What, the Hillbillies?
The Hillbillies. So Kendrick has dropped. Drake's dropped. Jay hasn't obviously. But everyone's dropping per normal. Everyone's
Drake
at
dropped
least
this
a
year?
single. Drake's dropped a single this year.
What's
I
the
don't remember
single?
what it's called, but I'll find it for you now.
I don't know if he's dropped a single this year, bro.
2023. Drake
Yeah,
has
I
dropped a
don't know if he
single.
has.
Yes.
An official single for like an album. I don't know if he has.
It's more like Gunna dropped. He had "Fuck You Mean," which is a hit, but it didn't hit number one. Obviously, Coyle Ray. I'm not sure if she dropped
Yeah, but
that one that's popular this year, but
You dropped
there's
Search
that
and
one.
Rescue.
Ugh.
that was off the last album, though.
Was that on the last album?
Yeah.
Was it?
No,
Honestly, never mind.
no.
Search and Rescue.
Yeah.
You sure?
The one about Kim. That's not on the. That's not on. Obviously, never mind. That was a Lucy.
Okay, fine.
That was a Lucy.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
it wasn't. It wasn't.
Alright, cool.
Yeah. So he's dropped that, and then he's
Dirk dropped this year.
Okay.
Dirk dropped
Did
this
he?
year. Dirk dropped with Cole this year. So everyone's dropping per normal. It's just
Young boy.
nothing's going number one.
I don't know if everyone's dropping per normal though.
But everyone's still.
The reason why I'm asking that question is because obviously that will contribute to, you know, what's going number one and what isn't. That's what I was asking. Like, who's drops this year? Like, who can be a part of this conversation to where we're saying, yo, hip hop needs a reset because we're not going number ones. Because if these prominent artists are dropping, yeah, and the songs are good, but they're just not going number one, then there might be a conversation to be had. But
Yeah,
if,
but
if they're not dropping, then obviously
But then no. But if we've
there's
gone-
going to be less songs in contention to
But
go
if we've
number
gone
one.
number one every single year for 23 years,
Right.
clearly it's not about who. Someone was going number one on a regular stage. Rap was going number
But the
one.
rappers that were going number one were probably like prominently hot artists, right?
Yeah, so why don't we?
So who's prominently hot right now?
That's what I'm saying. So why don't even the prominent rappers right now, like the Dirks, the
Has Ice
Babies-
Spice not got number one yet?
For a single, no.
No,
That's interesting.
but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying the hot rappers today are not going number one. Forget the ones we can rely on. Forget the Kendricks, the Coles, the Drakes, the Jays. I'm saying if the current ones that are hot,
Who's hot today? You man tell me.
Dirk, Baby,
Koi,
Ice Spice,
Ice
Koi,
Spice,
all these little ones.
Harlow.
Okay.
Harlow, like just the generic. That's what I'm saying. So if they can't go number one, then surely it's a bigger question because they're dropping per normal. The OGs might not be, but the Dirks are dropped. Future dropped. Everyone's still dropping. Quavo dropped.
I think we gotta maybe think a little bit more macro as far as like taking away from what hip hop can do to go back to that state. Maybe it's just a case of, especially when it comes to Afro beats, that becoming more popular as a genre anyway, especially in America. Burna Boy, I mean, that last album was catered to America, sort of thing.
It was.
Latin artists like Bad
saw
Bunny.
that too,
Bad
man.
Bunny is
He's
like
out,
Bad
fam.
Bunny is the biggest artist in the world. He's bigger than Drake. So like that, and then J Balvin, and then others.
Manuel.
Yeah, Rosalia. Like these are big artists, and they're very much dominating the market, as well as like pop artists, general pop artists. Like I've just seen Miley Cyrus. Like she dropped a single called Flowers, and that's been like a big hit as well. So we've also got to think about what's going on in the wider music world outside of rap that's preventing rap songs and rap singles from going number one. Because
But do you think it's contributing though?
100%.
Why?
Because when you have generational artists like Bad Bunny, Burna Boy, Miley Cyrus clearly back on her run, dropping
But you've
like
always had that,
big
though.
singles. I mean, well, I mean,
I think you've always had that.
You've always
haven't
had that different
you haven't had
names.
the prominence of Afrobeats.
No,
like
not
this.
Afrobeats, but then
You've had
you
the prominence of
on
something
rock.
though.
You had a prominence of rock. You had a prominence of another kind of genre. You always had
Just
prominent
pop music.
other people. Yeah.
Pop music has
like,
always
when
been
we
there.
were Britney Spears.
So
you've
we're
always had
saying that
prominent other
rap
people.
not charting is rap's fault completely.
I think it is.
Solely.
I think it's.
I think that's what Mo said.
I think it's rap's fault.
I'm not saying that.
I
that's
think
what I'm
not all of
saying,
it,
though.
Not all of it.
But that's what I'm saying.
Rap has to take some sort of accountability.
I'm not
for it.
saying it shouldn't. What I'm saying is we can't discount the impact of other genres being more prominent.
But we've always had other genres to go up against.
Yeah, but rap has been a colossal force for so long
And why is it not anymore?
because there are other colossal forces that's
no,
going
it's-
up
it
against.
still is.
It still is. Let me not do that.
Yeah,
It still is.
absolutely
It
still is.
Bro,
I don't
let me
even
do
think
that.
this is a rap problem, bro. This is an individual artist problem. I don't understand why we're making it like the whole genres thing. It's not the whole genres thing, bro. It's just the artists that have come out have not made music that have hit. I think that's
But
the
that's why I
be
say
all and
do-
end.
that's
That's
why I say-
it.
That's why I'm saying, do we need a reset though? Because the ones that
I don't think we need a reset, bro. Because the artists that like are ones that we respect that make dope albums, yeah, they're always gonna do that, bro.
Facts.
A lot of these artists aren't even searching for the number ones in that, and we respect them nonetheless.
Because
So why are we placing the facts that they're not going number one as some sort of hindrance? Why? When is that?
I think it's just a
For
general-
the music heads. Why is that what we're looking for? When that's never really been what we've been looking for.
Yeah, but my problem with the whole music head conversation is that we're still a minority and we're talking about
I don't
something.
think we are though.
We are, bro. Okay. Music heads versus casual listeners. We are
Okay.
outnumbered.
by far.
And when we talk about no hip hop album or song not hitting number one in 2023, that's not a music head thing. That's a casual listener thing. We're talking about stuff that plays on radio, stuff that plays in the club. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not crate digging for these sort of things. I'm not saying all music heads do, but it's definitely more of they have more of the keys than I'd say music heads. Because more often than not, maybe the music heads aren't listening to the big pop singles as much as the casual listeners because, you know, they've got very focused tastes. So I think it's generally more of a casual listener thing. And I feel like, again, to the point of not discounting all the other genres, we live in an age now where a lot more people are able to stream, especially outside of like the Western world. We think of places like Mexico, we think of places like Africa, where they're going to be rallying for their local artists. And that's why they're getting bigger sort of things. So we can't discount that. To the point of like, oh yeah, we've always kind of had that. Yeah, cool, but we've kind of shifted into a new digital age where music consumption is, well, I can't say statistically it's on the rise, but when you have Mexico City as like the streaming capital of the world, that came out of nowhere. That's never been the case up until now. You know what I'm saying? So those sort of things we've got to take into consideration when we think about stuff like this. Does hip hop need a reset? I don't think so. I think we've done great having the diversity that we've had over the last 50 years and over the last 23 years to get to where we're at. I guess to Peter's point, it might be a case of the big hitters not dropping and the people that have dropped, it not necessarily translating.
No, but when's
And if it is gonna be- if
when's
there
the
is-
new big hitters? When's the new big hitters gonna take it in?
I mean, I think we've got new big hitters now, like Jack
Or-
Harlow,
or-
Coi
or-
Leray,
or
Ice
give-
Spice.
That's my point.
Yeah, but just because they haven't reached number one doesn't mean they're not big hitters.
And
But
give
I think that's
Why
Ice
did
Spice, Ice Spice has got one of the biggest songs of the year. I'm a Barbie girl with Nicki
This is
Minaj.
another convo for me because the big hitters you named, I think, are the reason why people ain't really tuning into us, tuning into rap, quote unquote. I think the Jack Harlow's meaty, Coi Leray meaty.
That's
Ice Spice,
subjective
meaty.
though, bro.
Just me personally, though. I'm just saying. I think the reason why it's also happening is because of the newer gen of rappers have to take some accountability to it. To where if people are starting to tune out, okay, for 23 years, I'm not talking about just casual listeners. If for 23 years it was consistently trying and everything, and then now for some reason people have decided to tune out. I think it's also on the rappers.
But why are we saying that like people are tuning out though?
Yeah, I don't think they're tuning out.
I don't think they're tuning out, bro.
You've tuned out of the new school rappers.
You can't use me
You
as an
can't use
example,
him.
bro.
Why can't
He
I-
hates the Lils. You can't use him.
And I'm just a poor
But
example.
my point
man.
is, I think a lot of people are starting to tune out. A lot of people.
But I don't think an album or a song not reaching number one means that people are tuning out. I think there's other extenuating factors, as I've mentioned.
Yeah.
You can say that, okay, maybe they are tuning out because, we don't have the level of big hitters as maybe we once had. But ultimately, if there are other forces at play, then you can't completely blame.
Which I understand. But I'm saying if we revisit this in 6 years' time and we're still talking about Coles and the Drakes, then you can't tell me at some point there's not an issue.
we still talk about Jay and
That's
Nas.
fine though, but there's also the Coles and the Drakes. And then the Waynes and then the 50s. There's always a middle people in between. When Jay started to Cole, I could give you the 90s, I could give you who came to the mid 2000s. Then I could give you who came in the late 2000s.
That depends on who you ask.
What I'm saying, and I hear you, but what I'm saying is if we get to 2026, 2027, and we're still referring back to the people that came out in 2010, 2011.
But we don't know that's
That-
going to
no,
be the
that's
case, bro.
And I
That's gonna
understand
happen,
that.
though.
And I'm
But
just
we
saying-
don't even know that's going to be the case, bro. Like the artists that, and listen, I don't like none of these, man.
You
innit?
clearly-
But the artists that are like popular now, you got to give them time to kind of like
Bro, and I
grow
understand
and
that.
figure it
And
out as well, man.
and
Just because they're not doing it as quickly as some of the predecessors, it doesn't mean it's not going to happen.
No, and I get that. But I'm just saying, I feel like if we revisit this in 3-4 years' time, and the people that were meant to take the what's the word I'm looking for? Mantle? Yeah, the ones that were meant to take the mantle ain't really carrying it the way they're meant to.
Like, I don't think there's any reason to panic, man. So what if this is the first time in how many years? What, bro?
To me, it's not about the charting, though. To me, it's also more about. I don't like the way this is heading.
Where do you think it's heading then?
I think it's headed towards a dark era.
What does that mean, though?
I just think it's heading towards.
On a mainstream level,
On a
bro,
mainstream level.
It's
No,
been
I'm not-
dark for a
no,
while, though,
and I agree.
depending on who you talk
And
to.
I agree with you. But I'm not, by the way, there's still great rappers. I'm not talking about, I don't think rap's ever going to die. Don't get twisted. There's always going to be great rap. There's always going to be the West Side Gun. There's always going to be amazing people. This is solely based on mainstream I'm talking about right now. On a mainstream level, we're going through a pretty weird.
Bro, if you
period, in my
let
opinion.
me tell it, we've been in this phase for like the last decade.
And
But my thermometer isn't the right gauge though, because I'm not. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and how you
shiny shoes.
And clearly I'm wrong in it because we've had number ones in it, and people have reacted to the music in ways that I may not understand. So I can't be all the way right, can I?
No, I hear you.
Which
But
is
for my
why-
personal taste, do you know what I mean? I'm gonna say that.
Which is why I want to know how you gauge us potentially going into a dark era.
I just feel like when I look at the people that are hot right now for the new artists, like over the last 3, 4, 5 years, and I look at them like, can you really carry the mantle? Because if you look at 2005, 50 came out. He looks like someone that could carry the mantle to a certain degree. The Coles,
He didn't carry it for long though.
Regardless, though, he looks like he could carry it. For however long he did, he looked like he could carry it. Then you get the Coles, the Kendricks, the Drakes. I think every 5, 6 years, there's an influx of new artists that look like they either could do it or they can't. I just don't look at with the people that are coming out today.
Yeah, but
But look at it. Sorry, but look at the benchmark that you're placing for these men. You're expecting them to hit the fucking marks of the Coles and the Drakes and the Jays and the Nas and
Broski,
that.
you're naming. We're talking about people that came out. If you're
And the 50s and that,
but
bro.
they came out 2010. We're in
don't matter,
2023.
bro.
If you're telling me we can't get another Cole in 13 years, then there is a problem.
Fam, it's
there
another.
are loads of Coles in the underground, bro.
I'm not talking about the underground. That's what I told you. This whole conversation is
But
about
Cole's
mainstream.
not a commercial guy, so that's a poor
Yes, he
example.
is.
How is he commercial?
He went Cole. I think Cole's commercial.
He doesn't make commercial music.
But he's
in the
commercial. He's commercial.
he's
he doesn't
In the
make
same way that
commercial.
Drake's commercial. In the same way
No,
that
but
Drake's
Cole
commercial.
is commercial. Workout was definitely commercial.
But he doesn't make
Workout
commercial music,
He
though.
doesn't make commercial music, but he's a commercial artist. Like he's had 5 debut #1 albums. Cole is a commercial rapper. He is them man there love him. You know what I mean by them man there. Them man there love him. He is a commercial rapper. But I'm saying if you can't That was 2010. We're in 2023. Who's today's commercial artist that everyone resonates with? And I'll tell you if they're good or bad. Because if you're gonna give me Jack Harlow is today's the face of our commercial rap, and can't tell me it's not a weird.
So
time.
are you only judging the quality of an artist when they become commercial? Then?
No, I'm saying underground wise, we're always gonna be good. Rapping, we're always.
So
gonna
then
be
why
good.
don't you focus on that then?
Because I love that. I'm always gonna love that. I'm a rap fan. But I'm saying commercial is what the wider audience sees. And if it gets to a point where commercially we're starting to lose our stranglehold that we did have, then it is definitely
But
going to be
how
a weird bit.
how does an underground artist become commercial then?
How does he?
Yeah. Or how does she?
I think by sticking true to your.
So what does the audience? How does the audience contribute to an underground artist becoming mainstream or commercial? Through support, right?
Shit buying that shit, yeah.
Support and propelling them, exactly. So
Unless they make
maybe
it
it's
work
time
out.
to do that as opposed to like hanging your hat on.
But we're always gonna
hold on, hanging your hat on the mainstream artists that we've always had, or the artists that we've had within the last 5 years. Because the artists that we've seen be popular in the last 5 years have kind of been using the same formula. Maybe it's time for something else.
And I agree with you.
Maybe you man come into my world now.
No.
Like my actual world, isn't
Maybe
it?
that's the reason
Maybe
he's
we
talking
start propelling the Rock Marcianos and that, and
That's what I was
you
getting
know what I
to.
mean, the
That's
Griseldas and
I
that.
don't no. I don't want to follow you to the never road. Don't take me to the never road. Don't take me to the never road. Shout out to the more combat fans.
Really?
But listen to what I'm saying. That's the reset I'm talking about, though. Maybe that is the reset because,
Maybe, yeah.
bro, the guys that are faces. I was about the faces of hip hop in a commercial sense. Just if you go to a random person, you say, think of a rapper, they give you the most commercial people you think about. There was times it was 50, there was times it was Cole's, there was times it was Drake's. If we're still naming people that came out in 2010 on a commercial level and just to the wider audience, I think there's a little bit of a problem we're starting to have in hip hop.
I don't know, man.
I think there is.
I disagree,
think
bro.
there is.
Because
'Cause Jay-
even if you look at every other like genre of music, bro, they still revert back to the greats that came because those people were so great.
Faz
It's
said
not
it,
fair.
But then, I'm not saying you
Why don't
can't.
you think what you're saying is
No,
fair?
I'm not saying you can't. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying there's always a time. There's always people in the same time of when you're talking about. Like when Cole came out, I don't mind you still reverting back to Jay. But Cole was talking to us in 2011. 50 was talking to us in 2005. Wayne was in 06. I'm saying that people still there, regardless if you go back. I'm saying if you can't,
do we want to keep it a buck right now? When Cole was doing his
Shoot from the hip.
when Cole was doing his thing, bruv, he was struggling.
on a commercial tip.
Yeah, man.
I don't.
He,
And no one's
he
ordained
was
to be-
struggling. He was struggling
No
across
one's
the board,
ordained,
bro.
no one's
As soon as
ordained
Friday
to
Night
be-
Lights
How we
came
see
out-
Cole today isn't how we were seeing Cole then.
No one
we
is
knew he had the
ordained.
potential to
I
be what
disagree.
he is now.
I disagree.
No one is
I disagree.
ordained. No
Alright,
one.
then you're not
no
being
one.
honest.
No one is ordained. No one is ordained by the Most High to be the one.
Nas
They
was.
find their way. They find their way. They find their
Nas
way.
was.
They find
Nas
their way.
came in the game like, yo,
They
this is
find
my
their way.
shit. It's rap Jesus, fam.
They find their way eventually in the same way that Cole did. We're talking about commercial artists nowadays who are still young in the game. You don't know what's going to happen to them. You don't even know if tomorrow the next one might pop off who might carry the mantle for commercial.
And I
pop.
hear you.
You know what I mean?
I can only talk for right now, though. Right now, it's not looking good. That's what I'm saying. Right now, it's looking shaky.
I just think it's very cheeky in that Ebro tweet where he's quoting someone saying rappers better stop being boring and talking about the same shit over and over, chasing TikTok success in comment sections. Okay, so does that mean we should now sign conscious rappers? Because you're not going to push them. So what is it that you want?
Ebro is.
No, he didn't say that, but the person he's speaking to said that. And if they're from a label, then I just think that's very rich coming from them because we've had like underground, conscious, like whatever you want to call it, rappers for eons now, and only a few of them are successful.
And Ebro's actually contributed to the climate in hip hop
was
because
just about
of,
to say
because
that.
of
That's
what
what I
his the Hot 97 play or not play. So yeah, I think it's a bit rich coming from him.
It's rich from coming from all of them. Like you're saying, rappers are getting boring doing this commercial rap, but it's commercial rap that brings them to your radar, and that's why you sign them.
I mean, it's definitely boring.
Yeah, but the point is, that's subjective. But the point is, you can't say you're boring and then continue to sign people who sound exactly like them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And again, like I say, I don't think anybody knows what tomorrow's saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You never know what's going to happen. Coi Leray could drop a massive hit tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, it's just what it is.
Yeah.
And she could carry the mantle. I don't think there's any reason to panic over this supposedly dark
She won't carry
period.
the mantle.
Look who you said
But
carry
what
the
I'm
mantle, man. Look who you said.
But why is that a problem? But why is that a
She won't
problem?
carry the
Coil
mantle.
Ray carrying the mantle. Thank you.
But why is that a problem?
It's not a problem. I just don't think
It's not a problem for who?
It's not
I'm
a
asking, but I'm asking you, why is that a problem?
I believe Benzino's daughter holding the mantle is a big problem.
Why?
Because I think she's. If you really want me to really be real with you,
Go on.
I think she's absolutely terrible. I think she is.
That's
two
your
packs of
opinion,
ass.
bro.
So I think that's what I'm saying. I can only speak from my opinion. I think if Coi Leray holds the mantle, wearing What did he used to say? You remember Mario for Kids?
Yeah.
What was the DEFCON? We're at DEFCON. What do you see? DEFCON 3.
Yeah.
When it's referring to Jay, and I think we're at DEFCON 3 if Coil Ray one day decides to hold the mantle and every single neutral party who's the face of hip hop. Coil Ray,
I mean,
Mainstream hip.
mainstream hip hop. That's a big issue. Big issue.
so was Workout, but we're still here.
What'd you say?
So was Workout, but we're still here.
But it was the artist that I was cool with. Because he still gave us Friday Night Lights. Regardless of Workout. He still gave us Friday Night Lights. He still gave us, my mind's gone back, Warm Up, Come Up.
Yeah.
So wherever artist you go to that was the face of commercial rap for us, still that had something to do
he was
with
never the face.
I'm just saying on a commercial level, I think Cole
I don't even think Kendrick was a face. Like Drake was.
still
Drake
think
is the
he's-
face. Drake is the face.
I think Cole was a face of commercial.
No,
No
absolutely
way.
not. No chance. No chance.
I think he was a three-headed monster.
That's the
just
stand.
me. I think he was-
Commercially,
I think commercially he was a three-headed monster.
you're bugging.
Nah, bro.
Bro, Cole,
Nah, bro.
You're bugging.
Nah, bro.
I think he was. Bro, Cole went head-to-head with Kanye and outsold him. That's massive.
I need to
He
check.
outsold. He did.
I
When
need
he
to check
remember he
that.
goes, I'm gonna drop when he dropped Born Sinner same week as
But
Kanye.
are we confusing like what it means to compete commercially and making commercial music?
Yeah.
Because it sounds like there's a bit of conflation happening there, innit? Do you know what I mean? Cole was never made commercial music, but he was always in the mainstream.
commercial.
He was
Yeah,
always in the
mainstream.
mainstream. Yeah,
And that's all I'm talking about. I'm just saying on a mainstream level, the artist that we
You lied, bro.
what?
Yeezus sold more than Born Sinner.
In the fourth week, it went number 1.
In the first week,
And then
Ye
the
sold more.
And then the fourth week, what happened with Born Sinner?
Okay, we ain't doing this.
Wallahi.
No, we're not doing that.
I'll show you right now.
We're
In the
not doing
fourth
that.
week, Born Sinner went
Don't
number
show
one.
us nothing, bro.
Like,
Try to call me a liar.
you just lied. You literally just lied.
Hold on.
And then you're moving goalposts again to say, well, in the fourth week, if you carry the 1 and my times the 2 divided by pi, like no.
What does that say?
One
Tell me what it
album
says.
jumps to number 1.
Thank you very much.
Billboard 200.
And then who did it out?
But it was outsold in the first week.
Passes sales of Kanye West is Jesus.
That's all I didn't say he done it first week. I said he outsold him.
Semantics.
Eventually.
What did I say at the start of it? I go, he outsold
Look at,
Jesus.
look at the semantics.
That's all I
bro.
said. And Yemi, what does it say right here?
I'm legally blind.
All right, cool. There you go. It says J. Cole Born Sinner album jumps to number 1, surpasses sale of Kanye West Jesus.
But he
What?
got waxed in the first week.
But I just
Actually,
said-
no, up until the fourth week, actually.
Yeah, no, but I knew it. I just said he outsold him. If you want to play the numbers game on what week he done it on, that's up to you.
shameless.
But like, yeah, man.
I mean, listen, man. For what it's worth, I do agree with you, man. I think mainstream hip hop probably does need like a reset. It's been that way for a minute, to be honest with you. But
You feel like you
I
won.
don't really see it happening.
you feel like you won.
No, not at all. I've been telling you, man. Though, in my humble opinion, I've been telling you, man, innit? But you know,
If it was up to Peter, yeah, you know what Peter will do, yeah. But if it was up to Peter,
Well,
and he would have killed them. But like, just stop making. I'm not saying you will kill these people, but you know when find us like this, and then he wiped
Yeah.
off half of humanity. He will wipe half of hip hop.
Yeah, the black
I wouldn't
people.
even do that.
Yes, he
though,
would.
brother. No,
If I
wouldn't
give
do
you the
that.
trust right now, 50%.
Yeah, the wrong streets would be the commercial face of hip hop. That's what will happen.
Would you do it right now? I'll offer it to
Yeah,
you.
you
Yo,
would.
Peter, I'll offer it to
Big
you
up
right now.
Ryan
Would you do it?
Streets.
I'll offer it to you right now. Just one.
Yeah, I'll do
half's
it, man.
done.
Yeah.
Would you do it?
Yeah.
Alright, calm.
Do you know what I
Would
say
you do it?
beforehand? Do you know what I say beforehand?
What?
I am inevitable.
And then I'll see the first person that goes up. Ready?
Little Yachty, fam. All of them.
You say Little Yachty?
All of them.
Yeah, I can't like Little Yachty in a heartbeat, bro. I
Get
can't
rid
lie
of
to you.
Little
Yeah, Little
Yachty.
Yachty.
You're gonna get that text from Nia for this Coil Ray hate. You know? From Nia.
From me?
Yeah.
Hey, bro, Coil Ray. Can't lie first. Can't lie.
No, I'm
Bet
keeping
you.
Coil Ray.
What's that thing? Gotta catch another case.
I'm
Roof.
keeping Call Radar.
Are you?
man.
Yeah, God bless you. Can't lie.
keeping Coil Ray.
Coil Ray's gone. Ice Spice gone. Pink Panther gone.
No, so why are you getting rid of all the women?
Kodak Black's gone.
Nah, come on.
Actually, nah.
He's a problematic guy, but
Little Yachty's gone.
music's-
Alright, Little Yachty's gone.
Dirk can get out of
Jake,
here.
Jack Harlow is gone. MGK, don't like him as well. Yellow Wolf, don't like
So
him
you
as
get
well.
rid of the whites.
No, Eminem can stay. Don't do that.
Just double checking in it.
No. Oh, I know one that I would get rid of in a heartbeat, actually. One that I'll get rid of in a heartbeat. I just need to remember his name. Yemi, who's the one that keeps going back and forth with Joe Budden? Logic, in a heartbeat.
he crap though.
Logic.
Yeah.
Every other bar is him being mixed race, man.
Yeah, but he's a barra. He can still bar.
That's my new thing. Yo, that's my new thing, by the way. Yo, Drakes, I'm telling you, every time, yo,
Anyway.
Drakes, every time we talk about a dead rapper, watch. Oh, that's my new. Oh, yeah, that's so sweet. Oh, I can't wait. Oh,
I'm gonna get the gauntlet thing.
Yo,
fam. I'm
I
gonna
cannot.
get. Don't worry,
I
man.
Pete, watch. Every time someone brings up a dead rapper, oh yeah, this is sweet. Watch, God, test me. God, test me. I mean,
Anyway, this
Shine Paul.
this whole
Relax. Don't do that. Don't do that.
This whole news thing about like not charting for like as soon as Drake drops, it's going to be fine, innit? Normal business will be restored.
But that's
Yeah.
cool. I don't want to keep rehashing.
And all it takes is for one artist to catch lightning and go number one. It's very easy.
Yeah.
That's why I don't care. Listen, I'm very partial to mainstream rap. I don't think it needs to change. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, it's cool. Like there's, and we say this all the time about hip hop. There's something for everybody. If you don't like mainstream, go somewhere else.
No, I hear you. I just think if we come out 2028 and then we're still talking about rappers that came out 2010.
But we are always go. I don't understand that argument.
No, I don't mind you talk about.
Because we're still talking about other.
Yes,
like we're still talking about Moni Love.
Yeah,
Moni Love
but
dropped one album.
But then
Respectfully,
there's still people in between when Money Love dropped and when we was in college and uni. Do you get what I'm saying?
But what I'm saying is, in 100 years' time, people are probably still going to be talking about
And
the
I don't
rappers that
mind
came
that.
even before we
No,
were born.
1,000%. But I'm saying, who's the ones now as well to co-sign off the back of? Do you get what I mean? Like, we also about the Drakes, the Coles. We can mention the Jay-Z's, but we still had the Drakes, the Coles, the 50s, the Waynes. There were still people in our era, whilst bringing up the Tupacs.
Depends on who you
Who's
ask,
that
man. 'Cause
today, I'm
some
saying?
people will say Future, some people say Migos. Like,
That's still 2012, 2013. They came out.
I mean,
Who came out?
commercially, Migos have been a thing since probably 2016, 17.
Nah, Migos.
Yeah.
So what, do you-
commercially?
All right, fairs.
Do you feel the same way about the UK?
UK's to me, nah. I think UK right now is starting to get back in a nice groove. I like that because I remember when people took the media thing, I ran away with it. We don't want to mention names. People took my thing, I ran with it. But I think the UK started to get back in a very good place. I think we are starting to get back in a nice. I like UK scene. I like the UK scene. I think the UK scene I think UK is more authentic though than America right now. Way more authentic.
Here we
Way
are.
more authentic. And I can't complain. Look at the albums that we've had this year. Avelino, J Huss. Can't complain at all, man.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mo.
Hey, man, what can I say? I am for the people are for me.
Sure. Cool. We'll move on to the next topic then. And off the back of this kind of debate about, where rap is and if it's in a funny state, there's a growing trend of rappers and producers selling their masters for hundreds of millions of dollars. And it's catching fire. Like in 2020, RZA sold 50% of his masters. Chuck D sold all of his masters this year. The likes of Dr. Dre, Future, Metro Boomin, Nelly, Marley Marl, Timbaland, Pusha T, they've all sold
Even
their
pop
masters.
artists.
And even pop artists, Justin Bieber as
Justin
well. Yes, it's very much a trend. And I kind of want to explore that trend and whether, what it means. What it means for the game. And whether, creative freedom is no longer the goal for these artists, especially when you get to a certain position, whether there's other extenuating circumstances around the incidents of selling masters. Because it is very interesting. Like, we obviously come from a scene and a genre that kind of very much values like that ownership, even if that has always been like a very tenuous situation, especially with artists signing to like very mainstream labels. But we've all heard the stories of like, I want my masters. We've had
That
Big
criminal
Sean.
just gave back the masters now.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Was that publishing?
I think he about their masters. Was he on their publishing?
I think it was publishing.
Oh, okay, cool.
Well, either way, salute to Diddy. It's about damn time.
Oh, 30 years later.
Let's go stop doing that podcast now. Yeah, I mean, we've seen the stories. We've seen like Big Sean and Kanye beef over masters. We've seen Kanye beef with Universal over masters. So it's very much been a thing where ownership has been the key for that. You know what I'm saying?
Ashanti done it with Irv.
Shine with Herb, and now it just seems as if maybe this is too harsh, but for some people, maybe that kind of ownership doesn't matter anymore as much, especially when there's massive money on the table. So, boys, what do we think?
I mean, why do we feel like the selling of masters is linked to creativity in any way?
It's not really, but I guess when it comes to having your masters and being able to do whatever it is you want with them, and essentially being able to like market them out in the way that you want to, sell them at whatever price,
Or not.
Or not.
I think the selling of the masters is probably because you're probably not really utilizing them like you could, isn't it? Like, I think that's why a lot of people end up selling their masters in the first place, is because they probably get manipulated into doing it. They don't read their contracts, or they just find that the labels are able to do more with it than they can. So I don't necessarily feel like the the trend of like artists or whoever selling their masters is necessarily a bad thing. If it doesn't interfere with the art, then it's fine. If you as an artist are okay with not owning the music, then I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. That's your prerogative, isn't it? As a consumer, I just care about the creativity of the music. So if it doesn't interfere with that, then do you know what I mean? Rock on, innit? If it's the best business decision for you, then I think that's okay. I do think it's interesting that we are coming to a point where it seems like it's becoming a lot more popular to not own your own masters, though. That's quite fascinating. And I'm quite intrigued about that.
I believe they get it back after some years of selling it as well. I don't know how true that is.
It's usually like 20 years.
Yeah, like 20 years time. So it just might be just take the generational wealth for now and then because it might just also be you get them. They have the masters, but it just might be they don't mind just essentially just get generational wealth for their music.
I want to play a Lupe Fiasco clip because he commented on this actually some time ago.
Leo Cohn. What's up, Leo? How you doing over there? You good? Okay. Leo once told me, I asked for my masters. And this said, what you want them in a suitcase? What you gonna do, walk around with them? And I took it offense. Like, you son of a bitch. Right. But in that what I learned 10 years, no, like literally maybe a year ago, it dawned on me of what he was saying. He was saying like, what are you gonna do with them? And if I had to answer, which I should have had, which was, oh, I'm gonna find the licensing company. Boom. I'm gonna do a bunch of syncs with it, and but my dumb ass was just like, I just want them because Jay-Z got his. Right. But it's like your master's only as good as what you can do with them. If you can't do shit with them, then they're worthless. You might as well just walk around with them in a suitcase.
And I think that kind of like hits the nail on the head as my perspective on them now. Because before, I don't think I really had a true understanding of what it meant to own your masters. But I think in listening to that, it kind of gave me more perspective. Like, okay, cool. Maybe it's not the worst thing in the world to not own your own masters. Isn't it? I think it just depends on you as an individual.
The person he was speaking to was most favorite person, Leo Cohn. So, he did make some good points.
He's not my favorite person. I think he's the devil, but sorry.
Fair. And yeah, I mean, it does illuminate some key points. I mean, the first one for me is mainly like knowing how your masters works. Because again, we've heard the commentary about owning your masters and having that kind of ownership over your own product and your own creativity. But the business side of it is something that is lost on a lot of people for very deliberate reasons. So being educated on that and then using that education to then be able to use your masters in an effective way is what's important. But the problem is that doesn't happen.
Maybe some people don't want to do all of that. Maybe they just generally just want the money for their music. Like, I just think sometimes it's as simple as just give me the money for my music and I'm good.
And I think the masters can interfere with that, though.
Yeah.
Which is why, people like Prince, like he had like massive issues. I think it was with Sony, or I can't remember what record label it was, but he had massive issues with labels because they were essentially controlling his output. So he was like very vocal about owning masters. And I listened to a Nas interview. I think it might have been on Drink Champs where he was like, he met Prince and that was the first thing he told him. Like, listen, no, in fact, Nas wanted to do a song with him. And Prince was like, we could do a song when you own your masters, innit? So, yeah, so just going back to what I said at the beginning, there clearly is a link between creativity and masters, isn't it? Because I guess it can get in the way of what you make or how what you make is kind of put out there.
Yeah, 100%. And especially if you don't necessarily own your masters, or even if you do, you might be compelled to produce something creatively that might increase the stock and the value of your masters, in a sense. I don't know exactly how it works, but, if you've got like a massive hit, and you then want to cash out on the ownership and the publishing of that hit, I'm pretty sure it probably adds a couple more zeros to the table. So maybe that does affect creativity in a sense. But that lack of education, because if it can affect someone like Prince, it can affect someone like anybody, you know what I'm saying? And without the education, without the kind of resources to be able to know, like Lupe mentioned, going to a licensing company and trying to arrange like a syncing agreement. That doesn't sound too bad, but if you don't know that, then you're not going to know that sort of thing. And I imagine it's a lot harder for you as an artist to negotiate that as opposed to a label with all kinds of machinery and infrastructure behind it. And the good thing, well, the thing about these artists like that I've mentioned, they're all very established. So they've been through the industry, they kind of know how it works. And, you know, obviously in a post-COVID world where, you know, COVID messed up a lot of income for a lot of people, that's, I imagine, hard cash that you can just tap into sort of thing. So it's almost like a too good to turn down type of situation, especially if you're selling your master for like $100+ million. Like,
Yeah, and I guess, sorry to cut you, I think duration probably has a lot to do with it as well, isn't it? Because if these are artists that have had their masters for like decades, then they might come to a point where they feel like, you know what, I've done all I can do with it. Maybe not more can be done with it. By me, maybe, you know what, maybe it's time to cash in. But then you might have artists that have never been privileged enough to have their masters, in it. So I think it's a different conversation depending on who you talk to. Because someone like Ashanti, she doesn't have her masters, so she had to re-record a lot of stuff. Do you know what I mean? So
Taylor Swift as well.
Taylor Swift, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So there might be artists that would look at this like, rah, like you're selling your masters sort of thing because they've never been privileged to have it. So yeah, I think it just depends.
But even if Ashanti was to just get her master back to sell it, she's well within her rights. It's just they just want whatever they do with their masters, well within their rights. It's just more, give me what I own, give me what my voice is on, which I fully understand. Like if Ashanti was to get her masters today and sell it tomorrow, I won't begrudge her at all. Like do what you want with it, but you've got every right to ask for your shit back. 100%.
I have wondered why like more artists don't buy other artists publishing or masters. Sorry,
So 50, not 50. I say
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah. I thought, since him, I always wondered like why they don't do that.
Because supposedly that's why.
Yeah, that's political.
That's why they took him out.
That particular one was
I just think on it.
that particular one was political, but yeah, I hear it. I mean, I guess they don't want those. Maybe they don't want those problems.
That's what it is, I think, as well.
And also, like, if you're an artist trying to buy another artist's masters, let's say if the artist is signed to a label, or even if they're not, like, how do you quantify that? And does the artist then have the means to be able to? Especially if it's a successful one. Let's say if, like, I don't know, Snoop Dogg wants to buy, since you mentioned her, Coi Ray's masters. Probably going to cost him a fair bit, I'd say. Because she's been...
Chicken chips.
What? Nothing. Chicken and chips. Wow. So yeah, I mean, I imagine the kind of financial complexities of that are probably what might stop them. Yeah. It might be easier to just make a label and then sign them to the label, and that way you own everything that they make on the label. So you kind of own it anyway. It might be a nice way around it. And then you have people like White Russ, who, you know, makes his own music, produces his own music, owns his masters. He's able to utilize it in whatever way he wants to. And he makes a lot of money off it as well. So maybe, I don't know his circumstances, maybe he had like the knowledge already, but you know, there's people who do own their masters who are able to, you know, use it and benefit off it and eat off it as well. Obviously, maybe not as much as people who are selling their masters now, but in a way that suits him. You know what I mean? So it's an interesting one. I mean, the trend is probably going to continue, especially for like established artists, because it just seems like it's a selling game right now.
Who are some of the artists that have done it? Do you know?
Iggy Azalea, Dr. Dre, Nelly, Future, Metro Boomin, RZA, Logic, Marley Marl, Murder Beats,
Wiz.
Wiz.
Khalifa.
Timbaland, Manny Fresh, Pusha T. Pusha T was quite high profile as well.
Pusha T sold these masters.
More or less, yeah.
A lot of people are saying like 50% of them. And you know what's crazy? I remember when Locke said they were going to throw a refrigerator at Diddy if you don't give them his publishing back. And that he did. That Hot 97 is the favourite interview I've ever heard in my life.
Publishing and masters are different.
Yeah, but it was just funny. I just wanted to mention that he said they're going to throw a refrigerator at him. Do you know what a refrigerator is? And they said they're going to throw it at him.
Yeah, I remember that, man. I remember that.
Anyway, man.
But yeah, man.
But, you know,
do what you can, man. It's your music. Get how you live, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think nowadays in a rap game where, you know, nothing's really promised financially, wherever you can hit a lick, if you want to do it. Yeah, ultimately. And these are artists, again, established. They've got big catalogs. They probably don't need to make more music. They're pretty much set for life now. If they want to buy back their masters, they probably could do that. And that's something that they can negotiate. So, you know, I suppose it's just an interesting topic, and I suppose, I mean, I know I will be paying close attention to how it develops.
It's definitely going to happen more and more.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to happen more and more.
If you had to predict anyone who would sell their masters, who would it be?
I have to predict. I think Chingy will sell it for a couple of chips.
Wow.
I think... who else?
There's even enough masters to sell.
I think Tony A will do it for a G-Unit chain.
Don't do that.
I think Mace will do it for a suit.
Relax.
I think
Keep Mace's mouth out.
I think Shine Paul will do it just for a voice box.
No, just to get back to the country.
That's a.
Relax.
I like that one. Just for a passport, he will do it.
Relax.
Yeah. Who else in there? Yeah, give me a.
He's all Peter's hero.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Sorry.
Chingy ain't my hero, man.
Hey man, shout out to Shine Bowl.
Smooth the Hustle will sell it for another chance at the game.
Smooth the Hustle will sell it for a reading.
What, Trigger the Gambler?
Yuck.
Boy, he'll sell it for a house, a bungalow.
Joe Santana will sell it for new teeth.
Facts.
He's got new teeth.
How did they find out?
I think Cam might have his stuff.
No, Cam will keep it. G. Cam will get a nice fee for it. It's Cameron. You know what I mean?
I mean, he'll get a nice fee for, what, 2 songs?
Don't do that to Cam.
No, for Joel's though.
Oh, Joel's.
Yeah.
Joel's will do it for, I'm telling you, new dentures.
I'm not.
I'm telling you, he'll do it for new dentures. I promise you.
Hey, man.
Salute to him, though, man.
Salute to Joel's. Salute to all the Peter's heroes, too. They need that love, too.
Shiny suits.
Always.
Facts. All right. We'll move on now to the fun topic. It's one I've been wanting to do for a long ass time. Your favorite artist's album that has aged the worst. It's not a heavy one, but it's like you have to negotiate and you have to reason with some of your favorite artists making shit. So,
But
Do you know when you...
it
Sorry.
not aging well, does that mean it's shit though?
I was going to say, because there's objectively shit albums they've got, and there's some that have just aged horribly.
Yeah, because
So
of
do you
I
want
think
time.
it's interchangeable.
Because I can give you Jay-Z's shit albums.
Because I
But I
haven't
can give you
chosen
some that
mine.
aged horribly.
I ain't chosen mine based on it being a shit album. I've just chosen it based
I
on
don't know,
like,
but aged horribly.
I mean, if it's aged horribly, then there's an element of shit to it.
That's a fact. That's a
God,
fact.
man.
So that's why it's interchangeable.
I didn't do my favorite artists, by the way. I just done some of my favorite artists.
Yeah, that's fine.
Calm.
Go through them.
Number one, and don't judge me. 2000. How old was I in 2002? I was 10 years old, and I think I listened to this album damn near every day. I had one of the songs on the album as my ringtone. The song was called "Worry Me." I used to go, I used to blow like soldier, like over. I used to listen to the song every day. Lil Wayne, 500 Degrees. I cannot tell you, man, how much I used to listen to Lil Wayne, 500 Degrees as an album. Regular business, every day. I went back to it when I saw this topic. Yeah, man. Nah, man.
Nah, man.
Nah, man.
Yeah.
Nah, man. It's
man.
Tupac's ass.
Yeah, man.
I'll
That's
play,
his first album, right?
yeah. But bro, I used to rinse. Like, I'll play you my ringtone. It was called Worry. Bro, this was my ringtone through school. Like, whenever I eventually got a phone, this was my first ever ringtone. You gotta walk like soldier, move like hustler. I used to rinse it. Yeah, the album's whack. So I went with that. And I can't go back to Blueprint 2 a lot. I'll be completely honest with you. I'm not there for Blueprint 2. I tried to do it recently.
There's a lot of skippables.
Yeah, I was like, I can't do this. But when Blueprint 2 came out, like, I'm not going to mention Best of Both Worlds because that's objectively bad album. So I'm not going to just do bad albums. I'm going to do albums that I thought that was good at the time.
Yeah, like, has anyone listened to The Bounce since 2002? Probably not.
Nah. So I'm going to I'm going to go Blueprint 2 and I'm going to go 500 Degrees with Lil Wayne. Those are the two that. I had Dark as Hell Is Hot, but I think I just put there because
What?
I don't know why I had that. I've had it and then but it was way below, so I don't think I committed to it. So
You think
it's not
that's
that
the one in DMX's catalogue that's aged the worst?
one. I think I just put it there, but then I
Over the Grand
Yeah,
Champ.
that's what I'm saying. Grand Champ, Grand Champ. I'm not a fan of Grand Champ. I'm just
Over the
not.
Great Depression.
You're right. But I said to you, I didn't commit to that one.
Good grief.
Respectfully, the Great Depression was hell.
Great Depression was, but
I had like 2 good songs on there.
But
Great Depression was Great Depression.
Don DeMarco.
That was good.
But I'm gonna go with Full Chest, 500 Degrees, and the Blueprint 2.
Got you. I can go next. I mean, I think this one's an obvious one. Nostradamus. Obviously, let's just get out of the way. Yes, I mean, even though we still bop to You Owe Me, it's fine, innit?
Yeah,
It didn't go too hot for Nas there, and that's the glaring one in his discography. You could say what you want about Hip Hop Is Dead,
If I was just about to say that.
but
Streets Disciples.
I like that.
To me, hip hop is dead.
That was really good. What are you talking about?
I'm taking Street Disciple over Hip Hop Is Dead.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Hip Hop Is Dead. I mean, it's not really memorable.
I thought it was really good.
Like, I'm with you on hip hop is dead. But
I actually
continue.
bought that album. I remember
Did you
buying
really?
that. Yeah, man.
He was a fan of the message. It's just right up his alley, innit? But yeah, Nostradamus is what it is. Moving swiftly on. Yay by Kanye West. And I just feel like it's his. Not only is it aged the worst, it's also his weakest album, I'd say.
Do you think
bad
it's
album.
been enough time for it to age badly?
That's just a bad album.
Yeah, 100%. It's been 5 years.
That was bad when it came out. It's bad now.
it weren't good. Like, and it was during the time when he was like at his worst, I'd say, well, one of his worst states, and there's just nothing to it, absolutely nothing to it, and it's just something that, regrettably, he has in his discography. So
I think that was a bad album to drop, man.
And the best song on there was like written by Drake, and then they ended up beefing. So it's like, you even put a damper on that. So it's like, it is what it is. And it's funny that you mentioned Skepta earlier. I've got Microphone Champion. That there,
I get that.
For the actual music of it, you could tell that was the prelude for what you man call the dark era of UK music, right?
That's what you're saying.
You have songs like Lush on there.
You don't need to break down
with Jay Sean. Shout out Jay Sean.
You don't need to break down the song.
Shout out Jay Sean. Like, I watched a TikTok of Jay Sean playing his own tune to his daughter, and his daughter being like,
Oh, salute to his daughter.
So, you know.
Does he still make music?
Probably. But I think he's more on don't quote me, but I think he's more on the Indian side of things now. Which makes sense.
Salute to him.
Get your money in it.
Yeah, salute to him. He had a banger with Kevin Rudolph.
What was the one down? Is it down?
No, down. But do you remember he had I Made It?
Oh, yeah. That was a WrestleMania theme, no?
Yeah, and it was Wayne, Birdman, Kevin Rudolph, Jay Sean. Jay Sean had the best verse on the song.
That was cool. Yeah, I remember that shit.
Jay Sean had the best verse on that song. Don't ask me, I remember.
Shout out to Jay Sean, man.
Salute to Jay Sean, man.
And Disguise. You know the song Disguise? Transvestites, man them in disguise.
Oh, I forgot that. Yeah, I ain't heard that song in years.
Need I say more?
Oh,
Need I say more?
Transvestite, man.
Can we say that?
More than meets the eye.
Can we say that?
Yeah, it's a
I
lyrics.
mean,
Do we have to beat that out?
no, we're condemning it.
What do you reckon, Drakes?
Bro, we're condemning it.
Huh?
I'm condemning it. I don't think that's a cool line.
Oh, okay.
That's very fine. It's not cool at all. And I don't think it's something that should come out of anybody's mouth from that era or any era. And I remember listening to that the first time and a few other times. I'm just like, what's the point of this, bro? You know what I'm saying? So, nah, that was a dead one for me.
I agree
But
with you.
yeah, I think Microphone Champion is aged the worst in Skepta's catalogue. That's me.
I've got two-pack of lips. It's not bad. It's not a bad album, but yeah, I mean, it came out like 90 what? Early 90s? And
91.
Yeah, it just doesn't sound great in 2023. And then I've got the Roots Phrenology as well.
That's their worst album,
I
bro.
disliked that album back then. It sounds
Dislike it
even
more now.
worse today.
It's so dead.
Yeah, it's really not good, is it?
Nah, man. Oh, man. Cody Chestnut.
He was actually alright though.
Nah, man. He's part of the circus, man.
He was actually alright.
That circus is the circus.
What else you got?
I think that's all I've got, you know. I don't think I tried to find a Ghostface album that I didn't think aged well, but I couldn't find one. I don't think any of his albums like have aged badly. I don't think he's actually got a bad album.
No offense.
Some albums that aren't as good as others, but that's me.
I can't tell you how
Fair
bad.
dude. Yeah, I can't think of a bad Ghostface album from the ones I've listened to.
I can't tell you how bad 500 Degrees sounds, man. Like, it sounds bad when you listen to it. I'll play you, man, a song after. Like, it sounds bad in today's music.
How many good albums does Wayne have?
Carter 2, Carter 3.
That's it.
Full stop.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting.
Carter 2,
We're
Carter
going
3.
to talk about that someday.
But Carter 3 is a classic to me.
We're going to talk about that someday.
Yeah. But Carter 3 to me is an undisputed.
There's a couple conversations we still need to get to on this pin.
But Carter 3 is a classic.
Do you want to list them?
Car 2,
Carter 3.
classic.
Carter 3 is 1000% a classic.
Okay.
The million in the first week, the songs on the album, the moment in time. Carter 3 is bona fide, star-studded.
We're gonna talk about. Actually, I don't need to talk about J. Cole anymore. We're gonna talk about Lauryn Hill one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
And Lil Wayne.
relax.
And Lil Wayne.
We're gonna talk about Wayne one day.
Wayne, we should go. Do you think Carter 3 is a classic? Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
And then Carter 2 is a banger as well. To me, Carter 2, Carter 3, I hated Carter 4.
I like Hartful.
Nah, Carter 4 had. I hate. Do you remember Megamind? Was it Mega something?
Megamind.
Yeah, I hated that.
What,
Honestly,
John? What abortion?
John was a rip-off of.
She will.
John was a full rip-off of Rick Ross. I'm not a
know.
star. So it's like, can I give you credit for that?
But I feel like that's more Lil Wayne stepping into Rick Ross's world.
Yeah, but he took I'm Not a Star and put it on his album. Like, literally took I'm Not a Star.
Did he
and
actually take that?
But the
I don't
whole
need to
chorus.
No, he
is-
didn't, man.
I was gonna say, bro.
I'm not. The whole chorus is the same chorus as John.
I don't know if it.
Bro, it's the same thing. I mean, you haven't listened to Travis Scott's album, but there's a song on there with Beyonce, and it's literally it sounds like it could be taken from Renaissance.
What's the John?
People do that.
Oh, how did it go again? I'm not a star. Somebody lied. I got a chopper
Yeah.
in the car.
Yeah.
So don't make it
Yeah.
come alive. I'm not a star.
Yeah.
John is the exact same thing, just a faster tempo.
No, it's not, bro.
I mean, he repeated his bars on the tune.
Play it
innit?
afterwards.
I'll
It's
play
not.
you
It's
after.
not. Play
I'm not a
afterwards.
star and John. It's the same chorus.
I don't know if it is.
YMCMB, double every rich forever. The bigger the bullet, the more that bitch go bang.
That's not the same.
Alright, I'll play it for you after.
Please do.
I'll play you up after. He took I'm not a star.
That's literally not the
He
same.
took I'm not a star. He sped up the tempo. And that's all he done.
It's not the same.
Alright, we'll play it after. Tell me if
Alright.
it is.
Yeah, play. That's
Remember,
fine.
he sped up the tempo. But like Can't Afford to Me was cool. Can't Afford to Me was cool. She Will, How the Love was on it as well, right? I hated
that one.
I hated how
The intro and the outro.
Yeah. But like when you now look at Carter 3, Mr. Officer, Tie My Hands, Phone Home.
I need to go back to Carter 3.
Oof, nah, to Carter 3. I might know that whole album word for word. That whole album. Carter 3 was my college years.
Do you want a gold star?
Can't lie to you, yeah. It was my college years. That Carter 3 was a moment in time for me in life. I can't lie.
I'm happy for you.
And then looking back, I used to listen to 500 Degrees. I thought, yeah, that song's amazing. You know what I was
Hey,
thinking?
we were all fools at one point.
Hey, man, we actually all was.
I was never a fool.
Never. So there's not an album you liked at the moment, and then you told me you liked Best of Both Worlds, though, that song. Who knows?
I've never.
Right.
I've never told you that. Look at this guy lying on my name, bro. I've never told you that, bro. I'm trying to get out.
All right. Well,
I'm so tempted.
another episode in the books. Thank you guys once again.
Yeah, man.
Any shout outs you want to make before we take the people out?
I'm not gonna do it. I was gonna say, cause she's got jungle fever. But I'm not gonna do it. Where in
Big up
love?
you, man. We're fast approaching, man, 100 episodes, isn't it?
Hey, man.
Yes.
You know what I
Praise to the
mean?
Most-
So, yeah.
All praise to the Most
3
High.
episodes left now? Or 4? 9, 7, 8, 9. 4.
All praise to the Most High, man. All praise to
Listen,
the Most
man.
High.
It's a journey. It's been a journey, innit? There'll be plenty of time for reflecting in the coming weeks and months. But yes, big up you, man.
Indeed.
Also.
Big up everyone, man. Because the world is black, the world is white.
Stop saying that.
It comes by day, it goes by night.
I also want to shout out a woman by the name of C China. She is a rapper, black girl, who raps in a Cockney accent, and she's got the streets of this here London buzzing with her very sexually charged
Is that the one there?
music. The one with the dangs.
yeah.
The one with the dangs, the one who raps like she
On Twitter.
Pete and Bass and all that stuff.
Yeah.
People are calling her the new Ice Spice, the UK Ice Spice. So yeah, just want to shout her out. Hope she's well.
Oh, fair dues.
That's all.
Fair dues. By all means.
That-
Shout out to Sasha Banks.
Always. Shout out to Samantha Irvin.
I don't know who that is.
Drake does.
Shout out to Jacqueline.
Who's that? Oh, Jacqueline.
Shout out to Rhea Ripley. She is.
Oh, I've got a serious shout out,
she's-
but I don't know if it's.
she's-
I've
Go
got a very serious shout out, but because it was bannering, I don't know if I could do it. I just wanted to salute Bray Wyatt's family and just say we're all thinking about it.
Of
Oh,
course,
yeah, rest
of
in
course,
peace.
of course.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to Bray Wyatt, man. Sad, man. He should have been the one.
He should have been Undertaker Street, man.
He should have been the one. But he made enough of an impact anyway. So.
More fans of that. Right.
Yeah, man. Well, we're going to be out of here. So thank you once again for listening and watching. If you want to get us, we're on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at RhymesDimesPod. Follow us on YouTube as well. Hit that bell so you get a notification whenever we drop new things. We've got album reviews on there. We got our segments. We got funny shorts. We got all that good stuff. And yeah, until next time, we will see you soon. Take care. Stay safe. Stay blessed.
Stay black.
And peace.
Bang, bang, bang.